Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und hallo zu einem weiteren Let's Play Fake Grand Order. Ich bin Fix. Wir sind immer noch bei unserer schönen Teamvorstellung. Haben ja schon beim letzten Mal das großartige Team um Fran, das wunderbare Nobu-Team und natürlich das prüde Team hier rund um Sansang hier kennengelernt. Nun haben wir noch 3 Teams und ich würde sagen, wir schauen uns gleich mal hier als nächstes dieses hier an. Das hört sich nämlich geil. Die kenne ich nämlich nicht. Das müsste Nidukris, glaube ich, sein und der andere habe ich keine Ahnung. Naja, Event Quest, Team Formation, The Story of the Preserving Pharaoh. Das hört sich schon mal wieder spektakulär an. Nidukris, ha, kenne ich doch. What is the papyrus-like object? Sewing competition? Ishtar Cup? We serve a singularity and have fun doing it? Speedy is beauty and beauty is speed? Take home the glory of victory today, oh my. What an incredible powerful word! This is my chance to demonstrate the power of pharaohs in the world. Wie sieht's hier aus? Ich meine, das gleich mitnehmen, oder? It seems I spoke too soon. All teams must have both a driver and an assistant. All of my dreams shattered in a single sentence. Now what do? My magic cannot drive. I guess I have no choice. It may be a bit impudent of me, but I shall just have to get another great pharaoh to be the driver. And let me help them as the assistant. I need to be in front of the center as long as pharaohs wins and demonstrate our greatness to the world. Alright, now that it's decided... Komm, hol dir Ossi! Dieser Rider ist ja eh optimal, oder? This is awful. I was far too hasty. My first pick was Cleopatra, but after Lord Caesar declared... This is a time for feasting, not war. I need only grace a dining establishment with my presence to secure its everlasting popularity. What juicier business could there be than that? I shall call it emperorgamy. It should look into expanding into other media as well. And left on a trip and sample all the delicates of the world, Cleopatra just left a note saying, I'm going on a trip with my husband, and ran off after him. I don't know who she thinks she's fooling. She's obviously stalking. No, never mind. Next, I paid a visit to Pharaoh Iskander, who was, of course, nowhere to be found as usual. And finally, Pharaoh Zimandias, my bro, the one I was really hoping would join me, said, Ridiculous! You would have me compete in an event for mere peasants. Summer is meant to be spent in a chamber of stone with a ball of wood, yet you wish to compete with other heroic spirits over something as trivial as speed. Have you mistaken yourself for a bird? Alright, you're a bird. I suppose you cannot really help that. Pay that the last part no heed. However, the very idea of spreading their pharaoh's glory by winning a race is a losing possession. A true pharaoh need not spread his glory for the world, already bask in the light of our splendor. None could question that we are towering common masses. What point is there in proving the obvious in something so foolish as a race? Bum bum bum. Yes, you're absolutely right, Pharaoh Ozymandias. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I will for you're going to race, so please forget we ever spoke of this. No, you will compete, and of course you will win. But didn't you just say there's nothing for us to gain? Wrong, you fool. There's nothing for me to gain. It is, however, my long-held belief that you lack a force of presence to drive your opponents into proper submission at your feet. This present is a perfect opportunity to remedy that particular shortcoming. Thus, Queen of the Heavens, you will enter the Ishtar Cup. There you shall use your beauty and nobility to easily defeat your common heroic spirit opponent. That is an order from the God King. And should you lose, I trust you understand what awaits you, Pharaoh Nidukris. Ozymandias, mein König, ich werde tun, was du mir befiehlst. I'm magnanimous when it comes to heroes, but I have no mercy for cowards. Do not disappoint me. Ich werde dich nie mehr so täuschen. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Ich werde dich nie mehr so täuschen, Ozymandias. Du bist doch mein König. This is terrible. Not only did I get scolded about being a proper pharaoh, I couldn't even tell him that I wouldn't let him down after he placed such great trust in me. I'm so ashamed. I'm terribly pharaoh. I wish I just could crawl into a hole and disappear. Right. Let's just calm down. All that changed is that I cannot back out now. Besides, it's exactly because I'm lacking that I can't pass up the opportunity. What's more, Pharaoh Ozymandias called me Pharaoh Nitocris. I can't let him down now, in order to spread our glory even further throughout the world. I will just have to work harder to become proper Pharaoh myself. That is my task. That said, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. As the registration deadline is drawing near, I suppose my only option at this point is to be a driver myself and find someone else to be my assistant. At the very least, they will need to be a servant who is probably in awe of us pharaohs. There must be someone like that around here. No, nobody here either. I'm running out of time. Isn't there anyone here who can help me? Anyone at all? At last! You there! The woman with the familiar looking color scheme. Yes. Let me ask you this. Do you believe in pharaohs? Do you hold them in high regard? Oh yes, I suppose so. They are kings after all. Excellent. You pass. Prepare yourself. Gather your things. You shall have the honor of joining me in a race. This is a great privilege. You are blessed with the chance to assist me in showing the world the true splendor as grandeur of the pharaohs. What? No, thank you. Just the thought of racing terrifies me. I'm sure I would end up dying. What? Is that all? I really don't want to die, so if you excuse me. Wait! You're the only one I can ask, and the deadline to register is almost here. I'm very sorry, but I really must refuse. Alright, I want to ask you to do it without recompense. You said you don't want to die, right? If we win, I use my own technique and ties to the underworld to create a special talisman for you. If death comes to you, it will shatter in your place. While it can only be used so many times, it should still help you escape death. I see, is that true? I swear on the gods in the underworld, the god in the heavens, and in the name of the pharaohs. That said, creating such an object is the combination of every bit of magecraft I know, so it cannot be done easily or lightly. But this pamphlet said the winner of the race will receive a holy grail from the goddess Ishtar. With that sort of power, I should be able to make it. All I want is for the pharaoh to win this race. I have no interest in the prize. A talisman that would let me avoid death? That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Doesn't it though? Now give me a fingertip for a moment. Press it on the entry form. There we go. Why is a talisman like that? I might not have to look up and down this street 10 times before I cross. I might not have cut my steaks into tiny little pieces to ensure I don't choke. I might even be able to stop going to the kitchen at a restaurant I dine at and testing my steak with my personal thermometer to ensure it has been cooked well enough to kill off all the bacteria. Huh? There, the application form is now complete. Now that the biggest obstacle is out of the way, it's only a matter of time until we win this race and the glory of the pharaohs shines brighter than ever. I mean, our shines pretty bright thanks to all the other great pharaohs, but this way it'll be bright as Ra himself. Maybe then I'll finally be a pharaoh I can proud of, even just a little. Anyway, this is going to be a long journey, so make sure you're ready for anything. Die hatte sie nicht die Wahl gehabt. There's probably no cooling off period for a contract made with a pharaoh, is there? Not to mention. It looks as though this race is meant to repair our singularity. In other words, it will help Master. In which case, I suppose this is at least the least I can do to try and make amends. I'd better make absolutely sure that there are enough safety measures in our vehicle. Okay, das lief eigentlich mal ganz nett. War jetzt nicht so, aber so wie die anderen, aber ich fand es nett, dass wir meinen besten Freund Ossi gesehen haben. Also, wir haben noch 2 Leute. Wir werden natürlich mit Best Girl Nero hier das abschließen. Und jetzt, oh, das wird interessant, das haben wir vorher schon gesehen. Das Team der einfallsreichen Leute. Team Formation Helena Summer Vacation. Oh, die arme Helena. Gefangen zwischen Tesla und Edison. Das ist nicht einfach. Summer. The beach. Swimsuits. The summer event season is here. I've been waiting for this moment. Last year's barbecue tournament may have ended in a draw, but this year will be different. A draw? I see you still refuse to face reality. I quite handily won that tournament. You remember our match last year. You're outball. I don't know what else I should have expected from the man who showed up at the beach wearing a suit. What a truly bizarre idea that was. That was in your head to wear such a tight suit. Was it all you could afford? Did I remind you of your boyhood? Regardless, it's sad to see one of so lacking in fashion sense. It almost makes me wish I could share my all-weather suit with you. Everyone here has made foolish, bizarre choices in the manner of dresses as you, since you seem to have forgotten. Let me refresh your memory. Our venue was a barbecue on the beach. We competed fiercely to prove which of us was the superior cook, even as the blazing sun cooked us in turn. Of course I remember that much, you fool. I also remember how I missed my chance to try Japanese beef. But that's my only regret. Why, you ask? Why? Because in the end you turned pale and had to have Miss Blavatsky nurse you back to health, all because you were a vegetarian. What a right to fool you looked. Though I will say you did look quite comfortable using the lap as a pillow. Some gentleman you are. Do you ever shut that oversized mouth of yours? You overlighted verbal. That has nothing to change the fact that victory was mine on paper. What did you say? That does it. This year I will prove one irrefutable fact to you on the beach. I'm the king of the barbecue. Falsches Event. Bring it on, you mangy plebeian. Leider falsches Event. It's great to see them getting along as well. I can't say it looks that way to me. But then you may be right. They may sound upset, but it's not though. They've come to blow. Huh? Take that! Stop that! What do you think you're doing? Just because it's summer doesn't mean anything goes. How many times do I have to tell you to use your words, not your weapons? You two should be ashamed to yourself, quarreling like children. If that's how you behave, then you can't take it outside. Das sind die schlauesten Köpfe und jedes Mal, wenn wir sie bis jetzt getroffen haben, also auch in der Gute-Kampagne oder eben in der Paul Bunyan-Kampagne, immer schlägern sie sich, Mann. Schlauesten Köpfe von Chaldea und sie haben nichts Besseres, als sich gegenseitig zu prügeln. But don't take that to mean it's okay to fight as long as you do it outdoors, you hear? I'm sorry. Perhaps the summer heat has gotten to me. That's more like it. What a good boy you are. I'm sorry you had to see that. I think I'll give myself some time to cool down. What a skilled mediator you are, Helena. The moment you glared at them, they turned meek as little kittens. Kittens, huh? Is that some form of a modern slang? I guess they are like a couple of cute kittens. No wonder you're everyone's mom, big sister. You can call me mom if you want. I don't care about my age anymore. I guess I'm just not mentally young enough to run around with all these youngsters anymore. Compared to most of them, I lived a very long life, so if anything, I feel like a granny. So, your girlish grandmother? I know you wouldn't think it look at me, but I really am an old lady. I find it hard to believe. Yeah? Sie verwandelt sich in Granny, Helena. Mentally young. You certainly do look young though. Could it be that you still retain all your memories from when you were alive? You got it, I remember everything from my life, including my old age, as if I'd never died. So then your servant form is the real Helena Blavatsky, from when you were at the end of your life? Sure is. But then, how come you don't look your age? Good question, you see. Isn't that the case for you too, Helena? Well, yes and no. Did I never tell you before that this is how I always looked? I put on my granny from whenever I went out in public, but in private I usually look like this. You mean you used magecraft, isn't that? Yep, and I'm pretty sure I was my prime in my twilight years. I put a lot of energy into writing my book, though I was frustrated almost a time about how I couldn't manage to complete it. Oops! You have been trying to be all vague about my mental age, and now I've just come out and say it. Well, I guess it's the simplest to just say that I'm a lot older than I look. I still find that hard to believe. Granny Helena. Really? I see. Thanks, I take that as a compliment. Good day, everyone. I just saw Mr. Edison and Mr. Tesla hanging their heads in shame out in the alleyway. I presume that once again Madame Blavatsky has succeeded in putting paid to one of their petty feuds. And I can see that from there the topic turned to a seemingly unfavorable calm. In turn, she went on the reveal quite on her own that she is much older in mind than she is in body. Furthermore, you're really amazing, Holmes. I can't believe you picked all that up from a curiosity glance. That's very kind of you, Miss Kyrielight, but I'm afraid I merely happened to overhear your conversation. Now, here's the real problem. There's a problem? There's indeed. After all, Maxie, you said yourself. What she claims is difficult to credit, is it not? That while she may possess a calm and grown-up demeanor, seeming her as an old woman, even if only in mind, is something you cannot do. She does give off a sisterly vibe, though. There you have it, Madame Blavatsky. He simply does not believe you. Mr. Holmes! There are some things you should never ever say. Helena? My, it seems I've truly stepped in this time. How terribly foolish of me. Would you look at that? I have urgent business far from here that I must attend to post days, so I leave you to deal with Madame Blavatsky. Good day. No fair, Holmes, no fair. Der weiß schon wieder was und sagt uns nicht. You don't believe me. You don't believe me. You don't trust me. You don't believe me. You don't trust me. You think I'm fake. A phony. A fraud. Is that what you think of me? Is that how you see me? Please calm down, Helena. I don't know why Holmes was so strangely adamant about you. But Senpai never said he doesn't trust you. He just said to express his surprise. I do believe you. I promise. Helena? She can't hear you anymore. Indeed, don't believe me, don't trust me, fake, phony, fraud. Those were months as a painful past. They're still cut very deep indeed. Especially when spoken by those for whom she feels great affection. Poor thing, she must be flashing back to how Society for Psychical Research used to revile her when she was alive. As far as Miss Blavatsky is concerned, those words are nothing less than a curse. In Eastern terms, they are akin to poking a sleeping dragon. Essentially, whenever she feels something that reminds her of the SPR, she is immediately overwhelmed. Thank you both for explaining what's going on. So then Helena must have already suffered from those memories when Senpai mentioned it earlier. Indeed. And then Sherlock Holmes came to deal the final blow. He is nothing if not skilled in the art of psychological warfare. Thus she suffered not one such blow, but two. Indeed, two is far greater than one. Is it over? No, not yet. Here it comes. Was? Wie würde es nochmal sein, eine alte Dame? So, that's how it is, huh? Fine. You want to call me a fraud? I'm a fraud. A magician. A conjurer. You say there's no such a thing as a Mahatma? Fine. I'm sure there isn't. Please calm down. Alles gut, Helena. It's not like anyone else in the whole world has any idea what I can see and hear. Wah! I think she's experiencing a complete nervous breakdown.
I was afraid that might happen. It's not often that she becomes so completely overwhelmed and breaks down, but it has happened before. She's a wonderful woman full of pride and intelligence and abundance, but as with any feeling person, she can only take as much. This is what generally happens when she is pushed beyond her limits, and regretfully, we haven't helped matters by depending on her so much. We certainly haven't. I feel terribly for my part in this. Wait, come to think of it, where did that deerstalk I had last detective disappear to? If he hadn't stuck his pipe where it didn't belong, this would never have happened. You're right, this is entirely his fault. Why did the Seegerson/Holmes get off too? I tried searching for him with my radio waves. Damn, no luck. Cursed Holmes. He must have long since made himself scarce. Then I suppose we have no choice. You and I have seen the sad side before. Given the circumstances, it falls to us to set matters right, much as we did once in life. I don't recall cooperating with you in any prior capacity, you mangy plebeian, but for now I will humor you and your delusions. We do indeed have no choice but to join forces and speak to her. Indeed. Helena.
What is it?
You must not carry it away. You must not let yourself become isolated.
Isn't it?
Yes, that was one you once told us. There are indeed things in this world that cannot be reached or seen. It is true. Not everyone can see them, nor can everyone reach them. You don't need to bear the brunt of every criticism slung your way in silence, but you don't have to respond with anger either. Isn't that right? Besides, it pains me deeply to see you so upset, my lady. Naturally, that goes for me as well. We want nothing more than you for your be happy. I'm really sorry if I have upset you.
I don't think you have anything to apologize for, senpai.
Good, we're almost there. Just a bit more to do it. I know that, but we've gone as far as conventional methods can take us. We need something else that can take our mind off things. Yes, you're right. What else could we? What is this poster there? Let's see. Come have fun restoring our singularity. Get ready for refuse summer engines on the Ishtar Cup. A race, huh? That's it, a race! By the way, Miss Blavatsky, now this summer, what would you say to taking part in a race?
A race?
There's nothing like a good race. Once you feel the winter blowing through your hair, you can forget all your troubles, my lady. Indeed, there truly is nothing like a good race. For once I agree with you wholeheartedly. And why wouldn't you? For one thing, they also make a great movies. Indeed, I'm especially partial to the Thunderdome Rally. It's the best. This is Map Mix. Ah, you has a skin-tight suit. Cut off the circulation to your brain. Everyone knows the best of races. Cannonball like one. What was that?
Please try to stay calm. You too. You were doing really well. Thanks for helping me snap out of it, guys. You too, Mash Maxi. I should know better than to fly off the handle like that at my age, so I'm embarrassed. Just forget everything you saw here, okay?
Already done.
Thanks. Now, what's this about a race? A race, huh? Yeah, it might not hurt to do something like that for a change of pace. Might even be a good way to blow off some steam.
Excellent. Agreed. Besides, summer only comes once a year. You have every right to enjoy yourself now and then.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I do it. And there's no time like the present. Mahatma change. Mahatma change?
Wieso können die alle ihre Klassen wechseln?
Was? What do you think? I tried changing my class so I'd have a more 21st century look.
Was ist jetzt? Hat sie jetzt hier eine Gatling Gun? Wasserpistole? What?
She actually changed classes. She's an archer now.
I didn't know she could change classes so easily. Wait, hold on. This can't be right. I paid no heed. It's just how it is with sorts of events. Not that I would expect some majorly plebeian like you to know that, of course.
No, let's see. It looks like you need a partner for this race. Oh man, now what I'm going to do? I already changed my class. But my Kumar wheel is only big enough for one. The mobile lab I use as a caster can carry more than one person at a time, but...
Haha. Not to worry, we were the ones who suggest this race to you in the first place. Naturally, you will have your full cooperation. Precisely. There may be plenty of heroic spirits more powerful, but there are none who could prepare a custom vehicle nearly as quickly as the two of us. There could be, for all you know. Right then, we have no time to waste. We shall build the supportive direct current Thunderdome at once. Not a bad name at all, at least for a major plebeian, but I'm afraid we shall call it the supportive alternate current Thunderdome. Direct current. Alternate current.
What about the supportive DC AC Thunderdome?
Done.
Great, okay then. Let's go have ourselves a great race.
Well do. Ihr seid mir ein Pärchen.
Haben wir jetzt eigentlich noch ein Event? Weil da stand ja Part Nummer 1 und bei allen anderen stand immer... Ne, okay, das stand der letzte. Okay, dann würde ich mal sagen, starten wir... Ja, ach Leute, ich würde sagen, diesmal beim nächsten Mal. Beim nächsten Mal werden wir dann hier zum Abschluss nochmal ein Team haben. Und das könnte interessant werden, denn das ist Nero, wenn ich das richtig sehe, ist das... die Saber Alter. Da bin ich natürlich gespannt, was uns erwartet. Aber jetzt machen wir erstmal einen kleinen Cut. Und beim nächsten Mal geht es weiter mit Let's Play Fake Grand Order. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao.